Welcome back to Those Vegan Chefs. I'm Stefan, and this channel is dedicated to making you a better vegan cook. Today we are taste testing gluten-free pastas so you don't have to. Based on the winner, I will then make a pasta salad featuring roasted corn and corn custard. So delicious. I'm stoked to make this recipe, so let's get cooking. So today we're gonna try a corn pasta, this black bean pasta, which I think actually looks really cool, and a red lentil pasta. So the thing I'm really excited about, I was able to time all three. Package instructions for the corn was 13 to 15 minutes. Black bean was 7 to 9, and red lentil 7 to 9. Actually cooked in 11, 7 and 7, so it worked out pretty good. I think we're gonna start with the corn first. I really actually like how it looks. It looks like a regular pasta. So, that's good. That's like really good. Okay, so the black bean for me is starting, it's looking like it's a little sticky and soft. So I don't have high hopes for the black bean. Yeah, I mean, I think the flavor's pretty good. It's just a little gummy. It's a little chewy. It's a little sticky. I don't know. So now we have the lentil. Black bean's out. See you later. So now we have two so far. We got the corn, and now we're gonna do the red lentil. And this has really kept its shape nice too. Looks like regular pasta. I like it. I like it a lot. You get a little bit of lentil in there, but not like so much that it has like that grainy kind of texture, but you get the little bit of flavor. I think it has great texture. I think it looks cool. I think we're gonna go with the red lentil. You know why? It's kind of unique. It's a little bit different. Like, I feel like this is great. You know, we put that with a pasta sauce that's red, whatever, boom. Doing a great job. However, I like the idea of using red lentil. It's something different. It's something that maybe you wouldn't grab off the shelf right away. So we are gonna make a corn pasta salad with this bad boy. So let's jump into actually making the recipe. I'm gonna have another bite. Last week's video was the zucchini tart with the onions. We're gonna make what I'm starting to call like sweet and sour onions again for this pasta salad. The only changes we're gonna make is I'm gonna add some bay leaf to it, add some garlic to it, and we're gonna cut the onions pretty thin. We're just gonna thinly slice our garlic. 2 cloves. We have our pan medium-low, 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna start with our garlic first. We're gonna lightly saute the garlic. The garlic is really starting to release its beautiful aroma. Now it's time to add our onions. Of course, we gotta hit our onions with a nice big pinch of salt. It's gonna help the onions release their liquids. Reduce the heat a little to on the low side. We're gonna allow the onions to cook for about 3-4 minutes. They're gonna start reducing in size and volume. And at that point, we're gonna add our vinegar, and we're gonna let the onions cook slowly for 30 minutes or so. We're gonna add our 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. We're gonna add our bay leaf. So we're gonna allow these guys to cook. We're back with our onions. One of the things that I didn't mention during the cooking process is you could see how this is all really nice and shiny, and there's a balance between the liquid and the olive oil. So as these are cooking, and you start to see like the onions almost start to fry because the liquid has evaporated, just add another tablespoon of water to the onions to keep that balance of like olive oil and liquid together. Otherwise, you'll start frying the onions, and that's not what we're looking for. First step, taking some of the corn off, not some, but all. So I cut 1.5 of the corn. We're gonna leave half for garnish, half is for the sauce. Let's get an actual measurement of how much corn we have. just under 3 cups, which is totally fine. So we're gonna put the corn in the blender with our plant milk. Nutritional yeast goes in at the very end. So I'm gonna go puree these two together and we're gonna come back and make the sauce. All right, we're back with our pureed corn. I let it run for about 3 minutes so that we really get a smooth puree. And we're gonna cook over very low heat, stirring the whole time so the bottom of the pan does not burn. It doesn't take that long. It's like maybe 4 minutes of stirring. The sauce is kind of tricky because it's gonna go from really not much is happening to bam, it's thick. But you'll start to feel the bottom of the pan. You'll feel the sauce thickening at the bottom and you'll feel it scraping off the bottom. And you could also see it's just starting to become thicker. The aroma of the corn starts to pop as it heats. So these are all the signs that the sauce is coming together. All right, our sauce is nice and thick. Now we're gonna add our lime juice. We're adding just enough to add an accent, just enough to add a little bit of pop of freshness. It's literally like a little less than half a teaspoon. And we're gonna add our nutritional yeast. We're gonna start with 1 tablespoon and kind of see how it tastes. Adding a pinch of salt, give it a nice mixy mix. Give it a taste, see what's going on. We're gonna add just another little pinch of salt. The sauce has to be seasoned on the aggressive side because we have our pasta. So we have to make sure our sauce is seasoned enough to pair well with the pasta. Give another taste before we adjust any of the lime juice. There we go. All it took was that little pinch of salt. All right, we have our 2.5 ears of corn. We have half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of red chili flakes. We're gonna add just enough oil, coat the corn, which is gonna help all of our spices and salt stick to the corn. I have the oven preheated to 450 degrees. We're gonna dump our spices in. A little bit of salt. We have our sheet pan lined with parchment paper. We're gonna spread it out and make a nice, even, thin layer so the corn can roast. We're gonna roast for maybe 8 minutes. We're looking for the corn to become charred and cooked, but not burnt. Just enough color on it that it's gonna lend some kind of smoky flavor. Bam, we're back from the oven. Like 10 minutes. They're cooked, they're tender. There's a little bit of color, not a ton. It's no big deal. And then it's time to assemble our salad. We're gonna start by adding our corn. We're gonna add a little more. Okay, before we add more sauce, we're gonna start adding some of our other ingredients to just kind of see how that impacts the creaminess and the moisture. So we're gonna add our onions, and I am gonna retrieve just a little bit of this oil from the onions. The oil actually is kind of important because the pasta will continue to absorb the liquid of the corn puree, as where the oil is gonna help keep the pasta creamy, and obviously the pasta will not absorb the oil as it does whatever liquid is in that corn puree, the plant milk and the liquid of the actual corn. Next, we're gonna add our roasted corn. We're not gonna add it all because we definitely wanna leave a little for garnish right on top. And then we're gonna hit it with this pop of chopped chives, bringing a ton of freshness. The flat leaf parsley, bringing that really bright flavor, cleanliness to it. Oh, before we do that, you know what we have to do? We have to taste it because it might need a little salt. I think it just needs like the tiniest pinch. It's really good, it's really seasoned. So we have a beautiful plate. We're gonna put a nice spoonful down. And then we're gonna take some of our sauce and just kind of drizzle it right around the plate a little bit, all over the top of the salad. Beautiful. Gently shake some additional corn right on top. Honestly, this ratio is turning out to be absolutely perfect for a little extra garnish. We're gonna hit it with our chives. And then we're gonna sprinkle our parsley on it. Beautiful corn pasta salad for our hot summer days. Who knew gluten-free pasta salad could taste so good? How cool is it that we've combined our corn custard from a previous video and the delicious sweet and sour onions from last week's video, using techniques from all these different videos, merging into one beautiful pasta salad. And honestly, the lentil pasta is delicious. And I'm gonna take a bite right now. The corn custard is just honestly a miracle. The fact that we could puree the corn kernels, put the liquid in a pan and thicken it up and have it taste like that. I've been doing that puree for years, and every time I make the puree, I freak out. It's so delicious, and it's just like corn juice. It's amazing. And of course, I'm in love with the onions. I keep talking about them. The two combined make this pasta salad unbeatable. So I think you should make it because it's unbeatable, and I love it. I think you're gonna love it. So I'll see you next week. As always, bye.